What's up? Welcome to another edition of SacTown Movie Buffs. Once again, I'm Kier, and there's no Jason. Yeah, we just both been really busy with our schedules, and I was going to be reviewing a movie today that I don't think he's going to see because he hasn't seen the first part of it yet. But he should be back. Hopefully, we plan on doing a couple more shows here in the near future, and then hopefully we're back on schedule. It's been just a really hectic last couple months for the both of us, so we just haven't been able to get together and actually do shows. But I'm here and I'm ready to review a semi-new film that is now playing, I think, only in theaters. That's where I saw it, which is going to be Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And I say, without further ado, I say we get right into it. Yeah, this is the sequel. Obviously, the first version of Venom came out a few years ago. Stars Tom Hardy. Basically, he plays Eddie Brock, I believe is the character's name. So that film, like, obviously, Venom is actually a Semonite, I believe, from another planet. In the first film, Venom and a bunch of other those Semonites or whatever came down to Earth and took possessions of people's bodies. So it's kind of weird. They're kind of like a parasite in a way. If you haven't seen the first one, so they're kind of like a parasite, but like they take control of your body when they want to, or you could be the human form of it. It's a little confusing. But that's kind of how they work, and they can basically talk to the host they've taken possession of, and that person can talk back to them. Obviously, they also eat people and things of that nature. So that was kind of like the story for the first film. We learned about that, and it's also part of the, I guess, Marvel universe. It's part of the Spider-Man world, if you will. I remember Venom as a kid in the comics and that sort of stuff. But moving forward, so this is the second film. So a lot of things happened in the first film. I'm not going to go into that if you haven't seen that for whatever reason. So the second film, this is kind of like the aftermath of that. Basically the main character, he is, still living with Venom as the host, and life's been kind of in shambles. Meanwhile, there's a character that's incarcerated. And they kind of show in the beginning of him being young and incarcerated, and he kind of is in love with this girl that can, I guess she has some superpowers as well. She can like project echo like her voice, which I guess could kill somebody or pierce somebody's eardrums, if you will, at the very least. And they are kind of in like this like mental institution. And they kind of show that, and I don't want to go too much into the story, but basically they kind of have a connection or attraction to each other. You can tell he's kind of a bad guy, the main guy. Then the girls kind of they end up getting separated, and then it kind of flash forwards to the present. And so this story is called Let There Be Carnage. And if you're not familiar with the comic book, Carnage is actually kind of like a villain to Venom. And the main character in this film is actually played by Woody Harrelson. He's the one that's in the mental institution as a kid, and they show him as an adult. And he basically, not going to go into details, but basically, in a nutshell, he is Carnage. So he's actually the main bad guy. And that's kind of the nutshell of the film. It's the best way to kind of, I guess, describe it or explain it. There's a lot more to the story, of course, but without giving you play-by-play, blow-by-blow, I can't really go into all the details and the things that happen through there. But basically, Carnage is kind of like a more souped-up version of Venom. He's like a red guy that has like things that come out of his back and appendages that can like shoot things at people and stuff like that. But clearly a bad guy, of course. And that's kind of the story in a nutshell. Like I said, there's more to it. So it's a Marvel film. It's kind of a comedy in some capacities, but it's kind of a horror as well because they're obviously very creepy looking individuals. It's a short movie. It's about an hour and 37 minutes long, so it's not too long. I didn't love the first one. I think I gave it like 3 out of 5. So it wasn't one that I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I want my son just to kind of see this one last night. I thought it was okay. I didn't think there was anything that special about it. The story, it was kind of a little muddled to me in some capacities, and I just wasn't really that interested in the characters for me personally. There just wasn't enough about the characters that really drew me in, not even to the lead. Eddie Brock, I didn't care about his character that much. I didn't care about the villains that much. So I really wasn't rooting for anyone because they're all kind of bad guys, because even Venom's kind of a bad guy in some capacities. I mean, he's not necessarily he's kind of like an anti-hero, if you will. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just an okay film. Like I said, the story was okay. The action scenes were okay. Um, if there's going to be a third part of this film, which probably if it made some money, which I assume it did, hopefully they add some more to the story or add some more to the character. I know in the comic books he's kind of a nemesis of Spider-Man, so I don't know. Maybe at some point they're probably going to tie Venom's character into that world with the Avengers or whatever's left of the Avengers, or maybe Spider-Man or something of that nature. And actually, Venom has actually been in a Spider-Man film in the past also. He was in the first series that starred Tobey Maguire in the third part of that one. So Spider-Man 3, Venom was in that, but a different actor played that character, of course. But like I said, this one was just okay. Nothing special, nothing great. Kind of forgettable, if you will. Not one that I'll personally revisit. But let me know down in the comments. Did you like Venom? Did you enjoy it? I personally didn't care for it. The reviews were kind of mixed, so it didn't blow up the tomato meter or anything of that nature. If I had to give it a grade, I would say probably I'm gonna go with a 2.5 out of 5. And I think that's fair. I was leaning towards a 2 and a 2.5. I can't say that I was bored. I just wasn't that overall interested, and I was not overall interested in the characters. It was just, like I said, just okay. But again, let me know down in the comments. Have you seen Venom? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Am I right on the money? Am I way off base? As always, if you like the channel, we ask that you like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification, and we'll be back again soon with another show for you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye.